The Declaration of Independence stands as one of the most influential and iconic documents in American history. Adopted by the Second Continental Congress on July 4, 1776, the Declaration formally announced the 13 colonies' separation from Great Britain and outlined the philosophical foundations of the United States. Written primarily by Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration eloquently asserted the principles of natural rights, consent of the governed, and the right to revolution, ideas that would inspire freedom movements around the world. The process of drafting and adopting the Declaration was complex and contentious. Jefferson largely composed the first draft in isolation over the course of several weeks in June 1776. He drew heavily from the ideas of Enlightenment thinkers like John Locke, as well as the Virginia Declaration of Rights. After the Committee of Five revised the draft, Congress engaged in lengthy debates and edits before approving the final text on July 4. The 56 delegates who signed the Declaration became known as the nation's founding fathers. Historians have long debated the key influences on the Declaration, including the Scottish Enlightenment, the Dutch Act of Abjuration, and the English Declaration of Rights. While the Declaration has no legal force in modern times, it has remained a powerful statement of political philosophy that has inspired democratic movements globally. Some scholars argue the Declaration should be seen as a legal document asserting the colony's right to revolt, rather than a philosophical tract. The signing of the Declaration was a momentous occasion, with John Hancock's famous large signature becoming an iconic symbol. The document was rapidly printed and distributed, with the first public readings occurring on July 8, 1776. News of the Declaration spread quickly, reaching Europe by mid-August. While the British government condemned the document, it inspired many around the world, including the leaders of the French Revolution. The Declaration's global influence is evident in the many similar documents it has inspired, from the Haitian Declaration of Independence to the Rhodesian Declaration. Domestically, the Declaration took on new meaning over time, becoming a central text in the abolitionist, women's suffrage, and civil rights movements. Abraham Lincoln in particular saw the Declaration as foundational to interpreting the Constitution and advancing equality. The connection between the Declaration and the abolitionist movement was complex. While the Declaration's assertion of equality inspired many, it also highlighted the contradiction of slave-owning signatories. Some abolitionists, like Frederick Douglass, saw the Declaration as a powerful indictment of slavery, while defenders of the institution attacked its universal language. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s also drew heavily on the Declaration's principles. In his famous I Have a Dream speech, Martin Luther King Jr. invoked the Declaration's assertion that all men are created equal. The LGBTQ+ rights movement has similarly looked to the Declaration's language on unalienable rights in advocating for equality. The Declaration's iconic status is reflected in its pervasive presence in American popular culture. From the musical 1776 to the film National Treasure, the Declaration has been a recurring plot device and source of inspiration. Its famous phrases, like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, have become embedded in the American lexicon.